you go into the Toll website, because we're using Toll as an entity, but Toll has two bodies. One is NQX, which is moving it from Victoria to the state, and once it's in that state, Toll Fast will be doing the delivery. So as far as tracking the consignment is concerned, by tracking the con note number which you send on SMS, you'll be able to see it tracking from Victoria into that state. But then once it's in that state, the reference number, which you can see here, which is basically just an F for fixture and the store number. That is actually the reference number which Toll Fast will use as a booking number, so that you can actually book it through, so track it through Toll Fast. But once it's in Toll Fast's hands, you can expect to get a phone call saying, we want to arrange delivery to you on a certain day. As far as the freight company with doing the deliveries, we want them to get it to you as quick as possible. It really doesn't come down to a negotiating thing saying, oh no, can I take it next week or something like that. If we've sent it to you for delivery this week, you need to take it this week, because we're sending another delivery the following week. And the longer you take to get your stock in, potentially you guys could be missing out on sales because you haven't got that stock. Because we're replenishing what you've sold, plus topping up.
Yeah. So there's a basic process, doesn't matter which state you're in. We're going to send you a text message, or in Victoria give you a phone call to say your delivery is on the way. You can then track that on a website. Now, the key here is that you track it on the website until it's close to you, and then when it's about a day out from actually being delivered to you, that's when you'll be able to get on the telephone and organise that window of opportunity. If you ring too soon, that information won't be available because it hasn't arrived at the hub from which it goes out to your house. So until it arrives at that hub and they've planned their delivery out from the hub to your house, they won't be able to give you that window of opportunity. So we give you the SMS to say something is on its way, then you can track it across the Nullarbor. When it lands in Perth, for example, it's going to come to a central location, and then they'll be able to tell you, once you ring them up, it goes out when it's going to get to your actual doorstep. That's the basic gist of it.
Yes, and as far as that message coming to you, the way the warehouse is programmed to work is if you're picking and packing your order, talking WA on Friday, you should expect that message on Friday night. Your stock will be delivered the following Wednesday, because that's when we've told the freight company that's when we want it delivered. Because you will be receiving a delivery every week up until mid-December.
And the information, the web addresses for tracking and the phone numbers, they're going to be put onto the communications portal, so that you've got all the detail you need to go onto these websites and so forth. We changed from delivering to your home address to delivering to the shopping centre storage address, and sometimes there was confusion. If you've clearly communicated to us through the communications portal and we have responded and agreed, then we can change that arrangement. But the starting point for the arrangement is your first 2 pallets of stock and fixtures, your 2 to 3 pallets of stock for your initial delivery will go to your home address or the storage address that you've given us. Then your replenish, if you've got storage in the shopping centre, your replenishment will be delivered to the loading dock of the shopping centre and you transfer it into your storage there. If you want to change that arrangement, it needs to be really very clearly communicated, and we need to respond and say, yes, that's okay, that's acceptable, so that everybody's expectations are in line. Yes, Marcy?
Sorry, Steve, can we make it clear that we're not to chop and change? You know, like one week you decide you want it at home, one week you want it in the storage unit? Once you've made the decision,
and that's the other thing too that we experienced, because this was the first time we did this, was last year. The other learning that we had from it is what Marcy has just told us all, which is that once we've decided that it's going to that address and it's going to the shopping centre, then we're going to stick with that. If we've decided that it's going to your home and then you're going to bring it into the storage, then we stick with that. We don't swap and change, because what will happen is that we will send it to the wrong spot. It's as simple as that. Okay? And you won't won't be happy about that. So we need to be absolutely clear in the communication, and it's not, the communication isn't finished until we've agreed. Until we've come back to you and said, yes, we acknowledge you want it sent to, and that's where we'll send it. Okay? So, sorry.
When you're transporting your initial delivery from your house to the store for opening night, what sort of a vehicle would you need for that?
So we'll talk about this in more detail tomorrow afternoon, late. But basically, it is possible to put what we're going to build this afternoon and enough stock for opening into a 3-ton truck. Okay. What we encourage you to do though is to, when you book your budget truck or your Hertz truck or whatever it might be, make sure you note down the internal dimensions of the truck, work out for yourself that you are going to be able to get everything on there, because different stores are different sizes, and plan so that you, if you need to make 2 deliveries, you've already planned the time in your build night schedule so that you're going to be able to achieve that.
Okay, to move on now, this slide kind of illustrates organisation of your storage unit. We've got a good one here on the left, which we kind of recommend that you adopt this approach. You're sent out stiffeners, which you can write the category names on, and you also have plenty of boxes as well that we provide you. We suggest you get some shelving, which is available from Bunnings for about $100 to $150, and make up your storage unit this way, as it will enable you to replenish really, really quickly and find stuff as quickly as possible. This picture here, I'm not sure how well you guys can see it down the back, but it's actually one of our storage units in New South Wales last year. There are boxes just everywhere, and there is no organisation whatsoever. It's pretty terrible, and they probably wasted a lot of time every day trying to find certain calendars. If you organise it like this, you have plenty of time more to spend at the store on sales, rather than looking through for like One Direction calendars and everything like that. So we really recommend that you get the shelving, and you also get yourself organised in terms of writing the categories down and categorising them in boxes. Another thing to say is the boxes that the calendars are sent in are done on size rather than category. So you'll need to categorise them yourself.
The key messages that Chris is giving you now is that we're sending you out these rubbishy bits of cardboard, which are actually the stiffness out of calendars that we've sourced for you. You can use them to mark up your boxes and put dividers within boxes so you can categorise everything so you can start to find stuff easily. Because as Sarah told us, you're going to have up to 1,500 different titles. You want to be able to put your hands on stuff easily. It needs to be in some order. So alphabetise your dog calendars, put your diaries with your diaries and so forth. Alright, so that's storage. Now we've got a slide that relates to replenishment. Now we've already discussed this in some detail, touched on this as Bruce was talking to us. We call it replenishment because what we're doing is we're replacing the titles that you've sold already. Okay, so you'll get an initial delivery and a top-up before you open. In the first week of trade, you'll get a top-up to that initial, if you want to call it that. From then after, your deliveries will basically be related to the sales that you've done. So if you've sold 2 blue dogs with pink ribbon and yellow shoes, then you'll probably get 2 or maybe 3 of those in your next delivery, and so on through the season. We will continue to build your stock up to a peak stock about 2 to 3 weeks out from Christmas, depending on what state you're in and how long delivery times and so forth are. But it'll continue to grow until you get to a peak just before Christmas, then you're able to do the Christmas sales and the post-Christmas discounting sale as well and close on that stock. So the replenishment will come once a week. There's a schedule so that we pick the stores for example, Western Australia on a Monday and New South Wales on a Tuesday and Victoria on a Wednesday, and we try to make sure that because of travel time, it's going to get to you by Thursday or Friday, so you've got time to get it out and up on the stand on the weekend. So you get a weekly replenishment delivery throughout the season. We call it replenishment because it replaces the sales that you've already done. Consumables and other essential. What do people think this is about? What's a consumable? Okay, yeah.
Lunch break?
Lunch break. I love it. That relates well.
This is all about like your bags and till rolls.
Yeah.
Something.
Yep, so bags, till rolls, which is both for your POS printer and your FPOS printer. And we're sort of treating gift wrap a little bit like a consumable this year as well. Okay? So the key message here about consumables is that we will send you lots up front. Okay? So you'll probably, if you look over in the corner over here, they're the bags that we'll send to one store. We're sending them all up front. We're giving them to you now. We're giving you as many as we think you need for the season, and probably 10 or even 20% more than that, so that if your sales go whoosh, then you've got plenty. But the reason we've done that is because we've found over time that if we try to send this out sort of like a replenishment model, it doesn't get to you soon enough. So we're going to send lots of bags. We're going to send lots of FPOS rolls. Is Mokhtar in the room? How many are we going to send out?
20 roll for the post roll and 30 for the FPOS roll.
So 30 FPOS rolls we're going to send out to you. We're going to send out 20 POS rolls, and they're different shapes and sizes. They only fit in one. Okay? And from our experience over the years, this is, what, is this heaps, Mokhtar?
Yes.
It's a lot.
Yes, it's a lot.
Okay. But your store's sales might take off, right? And you might need more. So Marcy, what are you going to do if somebody, is Marcy in the room? Marcy, what are you going to do if somebody rings you up on the 20th of December and says, I haven't got enough FPOS rolls?
Pardon my French, but I'm going to say tough titties.
Okay?
I'm going to suggest that you make your request through Zendesk, but there will be no guarantee whatsoever that we will be able to get you those bags in adequate enough time.
So, if you tell us on the 20th of December that you're running out of FPOS rolls, or you've run out of FPOS rolls, or you've run out of bags, or you've run out of gift wrap on the 20th of December, it's going to be impossible for Bruce to get that out of the warehouse and to you in time. It's called a lag time, delivery lag time. That's the time from when you place an order to when you actually get it. The lag time is as long, if you're in Western Australia, it could be 14 to 20 days before you get it. So you can see that if you're going to run out of this stuff, or you've already run out of this stuff, it's too late to tell us when you're about to, or you've already run out of this stuff.